We go off with the player ratings here onto the United Matters channel, and we come in pace to obviously let you know what our thoughts were for every player that kicked a ball at that game that saw us lose by 2-3. Very abysmal performance, and you ask yourself, why is it that when we score a goal and take a lead, we obviously pull all down tools and really get battered or leveled up in the next 1 or 2, 3 or 4 minutes? We cannot keep a lead for 10 minutes. So it's really ugly, and something weird is happening to these players of Man United, and you will understand what exactly Ten Hag is going in through. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. We start off with Andre Onana. I'm giving him a 4. Why a 4? Because he goes ahead to obviously cost us this game. It was 2-2. Casemiro gets a red card because of the initial fault that was done by Andre Onana, and that leads us to concede a third goal because we are a man down. And trust me, if we are really 11 men, I think we'd have gone ahead to craft off something, because we really created a lot of chances in the second half when we are obviously scoring towards the straightforward end. So to my understanding, it's one of those things that we should obviously give a go and see to it that we continue doing that, because I saw this team playing very well. And one thing I liked about Paul Scholes is saying, I saw enough to excite me about Manchester United. When you see all the departments, they are really trying to work hard. But trust me, that central midfield is obviously costing us games, game in, game out. That is it coming in from Andre Onana, a 4 out of 10. Diego Dallo, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He really had a very good game, but the way he obviously went ahead to really let that ball bounce and costed us that game, obviously, that first goal, it was really unforgivable. But it was also a collective effort, because the likes of Varane just went ahead to really slow down the pace, and Victor Lindelof to obviously close in for Diego Dallo. But all I can understand is these are moments that obviously define a team that can obviously win games if at all we keep clean sheets. And the day we discover our template of keeping clean sheets, that's when you're going to see ourselves getting back to where we deserve to be, because we deserve to be doing better, we deserve to be in better positions, but we concede stupid goals, easy goals. These are gifts. We gift these teams goals. So for Delo, 5 out of 10. We go to Amrabat. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 too, because he is being played out of position. I would like to see one time when Casemiro is being played next to Sofiane Amrabat, like they did in the game of the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace in that double pivot for like the 20 minutes of the second half. It was really magnificent, and it gave us a lot of breathers. But guess what? We are really having problems that we couldn't even find a solution for. So I think it's obviously something great for us to do a pure post-mortem about this and get us to where we deserve to be. But Sofiane Amrabat is a midfielder, and I'm not going to judge him a lot of his performances, because this man is a midfielder and he deserves better and better. That is it for Sofiane Amrabat. We go to Lindelof, 4.5 out of 10. I think he was really sloppy a little bit, and you cannot blame him for any of the goals, but I believe he was really suspect. I understand when that midfield is obviously like that and that back four is not shielded well, these defenders will obviously be doing the ugly. And it all goes back to a big question, that how come towards the end of last season, Lindelof was playing with Rafael Varane and they're playing with Eriksen and Casemiro, and everything was okay and we could keep clean sheets? What has gone ahead to change? Everyone will tell you David De Gea was commanding that central defense. So let's all understand that it's a process that we must really accept and really find a better solution, because you wouldn't like to be having Lisandro Martinez injured, Malacia injured, Luke Shaw injured, Sergio Hojlund injured in a department where you're really lacking quality, So wait and see how that really pans out on the moment. But Lindelof 4.5, Varane 5.5 out of 10 for me. I go to Casemiro. Guy, I think was one of the best players in the field of play. 6 out of 10 for me. He really had a very wonderful game on the day, and it was something that we really looked at, and we saw to it that is getting. By the way, in the previous 3 games, from the game of Bayern Munich, Burnley, Crystal Palace, the double header, and this game of Galatasaray, you see to it that Casemiro is obviously getting where he deserves to be, because at the beginning of the season, we all admit Casemiro was really shocking, but he's really getting good and getting to where he deserves to be as a player of Manchester United. That is Casemiro all about for you, and I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. We go to Bruno Fernandes, 3 out of 10. To me, he was even worse than Andre Onana. If at all you watch that game, being played on the right wing, because if at all you play on the right wing, don't force things. You can as well play as an inverted winger. When we lose, you track back, but when you get that ball, you can obviously cut inside and try to turn out to be a midfielder and get your perfect position, but he couldn't. And even when they put him in the midfield, he lost many balls and he couldn't obviously defend. That is Bruno Fernandes. For that, I'm giving him a 3 out of 10. For me, he was the worst player on the field of play. Hannibal, 6 out of 10. It shows you his impact in that game, that if at all Hannibal was in that game, we couldn't concede that second goal, because we would have gone ahead to have a body of Hannibal playing into that position and chasing back. But because Eriksen came in through, you saw what really had to happen for the club of Manchester United. Shit went ahead to happen, and it costed us a goal. So that is it all for Hannibal. 6 out of 10. Rashford, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10, because this time around he came in through, he was unselfish, and obviously tried to find his fellow players. And I think that's one of the things that he should be doing more and more and more and more. Then him scoring goals will come more naturally than how he thinks he's going to force it. Though some people think that in the second half he would have gone in for the shot, but I believe all what he did was perfect for himself, and I think no one is going to blame him, because he was unselfish on the night and he brought him through very many chances. And that's what we need to see, that let's create very many chances and let's try to defend, because if you can't defend, then you are going to concede very many goals. And I'm worried about the game of Brentford, by the way, over the weekend, because we might get battered again at Old Trafford because of how we concede stupid, silly goals at that stadium. So I'm giving Rashford a 6 out of 10. Rasmus Hojlund, a super 8 for me. He had gotten himself a hat-trick, but the third goal was really offside, and you saw his composure. The first one, it's a very good description of what we call a number 9. He runs in between the mouth of the goal and meets that ball and heads it back of the net. Then for the second one, he capitalizes onto Sanchez's howler, and then he runs, and finishes that ball hit the back of the net. He also went ahead and called that his signature goal, and because of his pace, his strength, you couldn't obviously match him. And the way he dribbles, by the way, he doesn't dribble with the ball going far off his feet. That's why you saw to it that he was able to obviously convert that ball into the back of the net. That is Hannibal for you. Sorry, Rasmus Hojlund for you. He's getting an 8 out of 10 for me. We go to the substitutes. Eriksen came in through, gave us composure, but you obviously saw to it that something was missing. 5.5 out of 10. Anthony, 4 out of 10, had nothing to do in the game. Then Anton Martial, 5 out of 10. He got a chance, but he was offside. And you saw to it that if at all he had to bring in more players, it was going to be him to obviously help us chase off the pack and really get a result. But the red card of Casemiro was another big undoing for this club of Manchester United. Then Alejandro Garnacho, to me, I get him a 7. He brought on life onto that pitch, and you saw to it that there is a very huge difference between what Garnacho offers and what Rashford offers. Garnacho gets this team to life and gets us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. That's why I'm getting him a 7 out of 10. So which other substitution was made? I think, let me see. Martial, I've talked about him. Garnacho, I've talked about him. Anthony, I've talked about him. He made 4 substitutions on the night. That is it. So those are the people that took part in this game of football. And Erik ten Hag, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10, because for me, if you saw my match preview and my match day live, I always told you that we need to see Amrabat being played into that midfield. If I told you are having that back four shielded, even if you play Evans on the left back, we're not going to get affected. We are not going to get affected. So I think Ten Hag needs to get his things right. He needs to get everything right, and obviously see to it that he gets us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United by making a better selection in the next game. My man of the match is Rasmus Hojlund, none other than Rasmus Hojlund, and we're here to obviously see how everything really panned out on the night. So guys, your thoughts onto the player ratings are welcome in the comment section below. Rokan David remains my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims, Barak Lau Fikum. Me out.